For the foreseeable future, I'm changing up how I'm going to be doing content and working on my vehicles. What's up, crew? Because it's become increasingly hard for me to come up with a valuable and fun video while also working on the vehicles. And that is shown by how long it's taken for me to get to this point with my wiring harness. I've had these speakers here for probably over a month. I've had bushings for the Evo for 2 to 3 years. So something's clearly got to change. So starting now, I'm going to mix in really lightweight, easy to produce content, which is in the form of, I'm going to start a timer on my watch, 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how much time I have, and I'm just going to work. I'm going to hit record and just work. You'll see everything that happens, unless I sit here and I'm scrolling for 30 minutes trying to find something that I don't understand enough. I'm not going to obviously have a video of me just doing that. I'll either time lapse it or I'll jump cut and then explain myself. What did I find when I was searching? What was the moment that would be valuable to you? So the idea is that I'm going to just document the whole thing and upload mostly the whole thing. And to me, that just seems like the way that I work anyways. Start a project and just chip away at it. It'll be easier for me to document, easier for me to share, and then you'll see every single part of it. There won't be any, I'm going to cut that out because the video is becoming too long. Which, with that said, this video is becoming too long. Today, I'm opening up a new package. This is, well, let's open it up and I'll show you. I did get the CAN bus. Oh shit. Oh, this is so tiny compared to what I thought it was going to be.
That's what she said!
I wish this told me like specifically what each input would be best used for, because I'm gonna have to do, that's the part of the research that I have to dive into. There you go. Big boy. That's 2 plus 2 horsepower. I accidentally just clicked that. Anyways. All right, so for this first one, there isn't really much work that I'm going to go into. I'm going to talk through some of the stuff that I'm thinking, but kicking it off, I ordered a PMU by ECUMaster. It's the PMU16, which gives me, I believe, 16 total outputs and then inputs that match it. And I believe there's some other connections that interact with that as well, because I don't think there's only 32 pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times 3 is 39. So there's 39 total pins. That's because there's loops as well for triggers, right? So you can either get the CAN bus trigger buttons, which I'm heavily considering. It's $330 and this was already $1,500 or something like that. And I also bought something else that's on the way for the Evo. We'll cover that in a different video. Spending a lot of money, but that's going to be the easiest way for me to activate this thing and have it speak to the ECU. Otherwise, I believe it's easy enough to loop a switch, a manual switch like the panel that I already have. So I can tell this to turn on the ECU, the fuel pump, coils, and all of that. Still thinking about it, but I pulled the trigger finally because what I currently have is an overcomplicated situation that didn't lead to the car starting ever. This is like the 4th edition of my fuses and relays, which this was the best package that I found. As you can see underneath it, it's spaghetti. The PMU solves for that. It tucks everything into a package that doesn't require so many big boy wires coming out of it. From what I understand, is this is a modernized version of that plus more. Like you can program stuff inside of this. So smaller form factor, smarter, and I went ahead and got the CAN to USB bus, which I'm not 100% sure what this is, and I'm gonna have to learn my way through it because this needs to be, it looks like this needs to be pinned out, which is the connector. But I believe this is something that allows you to attach other peripherals within this and your ECU. So, about to melt my brain for sure. So let's see. This is old wiring stuff that I might come back to. Put that in the stickers. I'll find a place for you. All right. So, other stuff I've been working on, which this is the type of stuff that I would set the timer for and do on video so that I'm sharing the whole process that I'm going through. But recently I tried to do this diagram where I've sort of decided how I'm going to situate everything. So I bought a new, this is a delete plate when you remove the AC, what is it called, the blower? But it's this big unit that's underneath the dashboard central, and it's a perfect place to establish the brain. So this is where the brain will sit, and that's what that diagram was showing. I'm going to go ECU, bulkhead, where all the wires go through the firewall into the engine for the engine harness, the PMU for power, and then I believe there's one more thing. Oh, it's my spark pack, I think you would call it, which is essentially something I may or may not need, and I still need to do some research on. But essentially there's a chance that the coil packs that I have in the E36 might need, based on old videos that I watched of Jimmy O and some other stuff that I found online, and even through, I believe, DIY Auto-Tune, they might need a transistor between the logic signal and the coil. So that's what, let's pull this out really quick, maybe. There we go. So that's what this was. It was where you go from the ECU to a transistor. It's basically like a relay. That's why it's grounded. And then that sends a stronger signal to the coils, telling them to throw a spark. I don't trust AI completely, but after many, many questions and prompts and diving into the access it has in the internet, it told me it may not need the transistors, that the coil packs in an E36 for an S52 might be smart coil packs, which I don't even know if that's a thing, to be honest. So I have to research that. But there's a chance I don't need these. But I'm going to make space just in case. I'm going to keep it in this package for now. But during testing previously, when I was trying to see if I was delivering spark, I did it at a high load and it started to melt this plastic housing. So I have to check for damage. I also just, if I'm going to be drifting and sending that quick of spark to the engine, I'm going to probably melt this down when I go to finally track this car. So I probably want to go with a metal housing that doesn't conduct and heat sinks, which I have those lying around somewhere around here too. So anyways, this is where I'm like, this is going to be a lot of talking, and hopefully some of you out there are interested in following along when I'm doing stuff like this. So we've got home base, this plate. We've got my ECU, which is a Megasquirt 3 Pro Ultimate. This is like the most custom ECU from Megasquirt that you can get. This is when you're going to go full nerd and try yourself. That's going to mount right here. And then I've got, I think this is a Deutsch bulkhead. It has, I believe, 43 pins, 47. So this is where everything will go from the ECU to the engine, and then I'm going to have a different bulkhead for the power. And after a little bit of more research, I'll decide whether or not I'm going to loom everything together or separate certain things from the power. I'm also still using the OEM coil signal that's a shielded 6. Those are really thick and don't really mate well in these types of bulkheads, and I don't know if I need to be doing that. I wish I had a super smart friend in wiring. Everyone I've talked to so far is not a high enough level to be able to help me. I'm trying to help myself. So that will go right in the middle so that everything can feed from here to here. Underneath that is going to be the spark pack if I need it. And then off to this side will be this guy, which I didn't know was this small. So there's plenty of space for it to mount cleanly. I might even go vertical like this, and there's still space for all the other things to happen. So that's super exciting. And then I've depinned from most of the OEM connectors. I still need a depin from my old bulkheads, which is all spaghetti. And this is going to be simplified in a big way because these are 22 each, and I have 3 of them that were being used. Not all holes were filled. That's what she said. It was overcomplicated, created a mess. So the goal would be to simplify to just this, if I can rationalize power through it and not have it feel like there's too much proximity next to the signal wires. This plus a smaller bulkhead that maybe has 16 total off to the side that feeds all the power through. That's where my brain's at least. So I've got all the wire I need here. My crank sensor is actually right here. And if I do end up going race spec loom, or I'm just going to sloppy loom it first, just to get a tester in, because while I was taking this stuff apart, actually, I realized that a lot of my OEM connectors were loose. There were wires coming out, or they were either unseated from the terminal, or the terminal itself popped out. So there might have been more problems with my last version of wiring than I realized. I thought it was just the crank sensor that had come loose, and that's why I wasn't getting a crank signal to tell the ECU to send spark. There might be other issues that came about while I was trying to make iterations of this thing. So needless to say, this one I'm going to spend a lot of extra time diving in to make sure that I have a real plan moving forward so that I can hopefully get a real result. Like, the goal for here is before the end of summer, I would say. Maybe midsummer. Actually, I'm traveling a lot. Let's say end of July. I want to have a running BMW that I can take to a skid pad, because I have other really, really big plans that I'm trying to flesh out. And if I can get to August where there's plans made to, we'll say this, to get a pilot episode done, I will be a very happy camper. Running E36 with plans to move forward with this big project that I have in mind, that would be the ultimate goal. So I'm going to stop there. I think the conversations I'm having for that particular project may also allow me to ask certain questions about running the OEM spark. Like, this is the OEM spark cabling. It's, a really thick wire that goes into a 6 twisted shielded system into an OEM plug that then distributes power to all of the coils. Do I need to do that? Or can I skip all that and go straight to the coils with some Tefzel, I think that's how you say it, wire straight to the coils? Because that would simplify a lot of things for me. So the person I'm planning to speak to as soon as possible might have those answers, because they run E36 in drift, and they have an M50, which is not too far off in differences. I just need someone like that who's worked on the cars and knows more than I do. I'm not diving in today with any actual work. I just wanted to share the exciting news of getting a PMU. I don't really truly know the difference between a PMU and a PDM. Maybe worth learning that so I can share that with you on a future episode. And it obviously would be a great short to share. But I got the PMU, which is going to help me distribute power way more effectively. I've got my ECU, and now I just need to get everything wired into this plate so it's ready to go into the E36, and then wire the other side of the bulkhead so everything's ready to go to the engine parts. And then we'll try to crank it in July. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, consider joining the crew. We still have a running giveaway where once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll pick a winner and send them $500 via Venmo or Cash App, whichever way makes sense. We're at 856 right now. We've been stuck there for a while. Not sure what happened. We had a good steady growth for a long time. But either way, I'm really excited when I see new people joining the crew and leaving comments. So thanks for stopping by. Join the crew. It's worth it, I think. I don't know. And if you're not new, you know what to do. Hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video. Those are the ways that help grow the crew. And until the next one, I'll see you later, crew. That's going to probably need more editing than I want to deal with. Thanks for watching.